Hello, I'm Kim DeStefano. I'm a transformation and meditation coach. Thank you for taking the time out to come and be with me today. And the topic of conversation today is going to be about remembering to tap into the power of your intentions. And you may have come across lots of information about intentions, books, videos, and what I want to talk about specifically in this video is sort of to remember to kind of tap back into it on a much more regular basis, and be much more deliberate throughout the day and throughout a project instead of just maybe setting it once in the beginning. Because what I find for myself is that sometimes I set intentions like for the beginning of a project or even maybe the beginning of a day, and then I forget like throughout the day or throughout the project I'm doing to take time out and to re-access that power of intention. The value of doing this along the way, we'll use it for along a project to start. So let's say you are having, you're in the middle of a project, and whatever that may be, that might be an art project or a project to create something for your community or your church or for work or whatever it is. And in the beginning, you'll have an intent for the quality of the results. But throughout the project, tap back into the power that you have within you to be intentional about the project as you go through it, like the quality of the interactions that you'll have, the quality of the outcomes, how you'll be able to communicate, and the ease and the fluidity of what it is that you're doing, that it'll work out for you. And by doing it bit by bit by bit, what you get to do is sort of do a mental reset, and an energetic reset as well, to kind of recreate as you go. So it's there's much more ease in the project, in the fluidity of the project. And the value of doing it this way is it helps you sort of think about where you're at in that moment with the project and see if, are you on track? Do you need to refocus? Are things going well? If they're not going well, how can you change them? It helps you to be deliberate through the whole process. And if you do it as you go, then you're less likely to have to fix issues as they come up, because you would have been more proactive in the process. And things generally tend to go much smoother. It's not a magic bullet. I mean, you're still going to have life that happens. But when you practice being deliberate with your intentions, when something does happen, you will be much more responsive and less reactive. And then even when something does happen, you'll be able to use your intentions on how quickly it can resolve and how you're going to move through it and the way you're going to handle different things. And it just, when we do that intentionally and deliberately throughout the course of a project, things work better. And we feel much more like we have much more conscious control over how things are developing. We're not micromanaging it. We're just kind of moving it along in a way that's best for us and best for the project at hand. And then throughout the day, if we want to remember to tap back into that power throughout the day, like let's say in the morning you have intentions for the day, which is really fantastic because not everybody even does it. They just get up and it's one more day and they just do all their routines and they're not remembering to intend for the quality of the overall day. And that they're missing out on the power to even, that power of intent to even begin to start their day. Taking a little bit of time out in the morning just to set the tone of the day, very helpful. If you decide, like before you even get your head off the pillow, about the kind of quality of day you're going to have, that automatically sets the tone. And then throughout the day, if you can remember, take a minute, like really a minute to 2 minutes, when you go from one experience to another experience, the intention that you're going to have when you interact. So let's say you're going to drive your kids to school, and let's say things are a little bit chaotic and Johnny didn't do his homework and Mary didn't put her stuff in her book bag, and you could stop and say, I'm going to have intentions for how I'm going to interact with my kids. I'm going to teach them and support them and generate new habits with them instead of reacting and being angry with them. Teach them how to prep. I'm going to teach them. And then by doing that, then you change how you're going to respond, and then your interactions with them change, and the whole dynamic changes. And it really is amazing how if one person is very clear and uses the power of their intention, a whole family dynamic shifts. And you get into work and you're driving and you're in traffic, even let's say you're in traffic, you can intend, during this time when I'm in traffic, I'm going to use this time. Maybe I'll listen to a book. Maybe I'll take it as a time to sort of positively create my day. What are the kind of interactions I'm going to have when I get to work? Like, how am I going to feel? How am I going to feel? I'm going to use this as downtime. Maybe you're really busy and you've got a full schedule and a full life. And maybe that time in traffic is your downtime. Use it as that. Be intentional about it so you don't misuse that time and it gets stressed. And then you get to work and different things are going on, and you can then again say, use your intention again. I have a board meeting, and before I go into that board meeting, my intent is to be deliberate and to be clear, to communicate healthfully or lovingly or supportingly, that we get quick resolve. And so getting into the practice of tapping into that power on a daily and throughout anything that you're doing really kind of helps you, it helps the overall experience of your life, and helps you feel much more deliberate about things and puts you in a lot more of a not control, but where you're kind of steering your own life, where you kind of get to navigate a little bit more, where your life is not knocking you around so much, and you're much more deliberate about the direction that you get to go in and how you feel in that direction. There is a power within you to be deliberate about your life and to be deliberate about your interactions and your experiences. You just have to remember to kind of stop, even for 60 seconds, and recheck yourself. And reset yourself and be deliberate about the next moment that you're going to have, the next interaction you're going to have, and how you're going to proceed throughout the day's events or throughout the project's events. So that is my conversation today. I have created a meditation program. It's a live daily meditation program if you'd like to join me on that. And what we do is we meet once in the morning and once in the evening. And it's set up to kind of support you. In the morning one is to support you to be deliberate about your day and to kind of set the tone of the day and to really kind of feel empowered and feel good. And then the evening is sort of to release the day and to release the energy and the vibe and the experience of the day, and then sort of set up for a nice night's sleep. And I do this with people, and I like to do it on a regular basis with them, because what it does is it establishes a pattern and a habit. And then once you do it in the morning and the evening and it feels so good, you kind of get this flow of it, and then you'll start to do it throughout the course of the day. You'll do these little mental meditations throughout your day, and you'll start to feel better and better and better, and the quality of your life gets better, and your quality of your interactions get better. And when you feel better, when you interact with everybody else around you starts to feel better, and has a trickling effect for yourself and your family foremost, and everybody you work with. And it's sort of like a positive kind of vibe that goes out. And that's my larger intention for my work that I do, is really just to sort of help everybody tap back into their own essence and their own power, and to feel good in the life that they're having, instead of just like moving through things and habits, and just to remember to tap back in that life is good. And we're blessed to even be here, and let's enjoy ourselves, and let's feel good, and let's interact in ways that make us feel good and the people around us feel good. I think life is meant to be enjoyed, and sometimes we can get so stuck in the minutia of it and stuck not tapping into this power that's there for us, that we just get kind of knocked around when we don't really have to be. So much love and much warmth to you. Have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you for your time.